power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasian.
Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda.
Paramashivoham.
And let's resume the next segment. The making of these Adi Kailasa Sarvanyapitham, historical in every way. Actually, the uniqueness of the Adi Kailasa Sarvanyapitham is it embodies every aspect practically of the Hindu enlightenment ecosystem. Every aspect for every being, not just human beings, for every life form. Today we will explore one such aspect which is unique, once again, to Kailasa's ecosystems. The enlightenment ecosystems, needless to say, are an embodiment of all inclusiveness, of all life forms coexisting beautifully in bliss and harmony. So today we will see how Kailasa's not only ecosystems, but even the COVID care centers offer safe shelter for all living beings. To get this perspective, one would like to see what various world leaders and perspectives are with relation to this particular aspect of bliss and harmony for all living beings. As Antonio Guterres on the climate crisis says, we're coming to a point of no return. Before meeting the leaders of the world's major economic powers at the G7 summit in the United Kingdom, Antonio Guterres said he was concerned that the richest nations have pumped billions of dollars more into fossil fuels than clean energy since the pandemic, despite their promises of a green recovery. Being green is all about being inclusive for all life forms, be it flora, fauna, trees, plants, insects, animals, everything. One can see the currently how we are treating animal life. The sperm whale here, as you can see, washed ashore, dies on Shell Island. This is as late as just a few days back on June the 8th. The animal was severely emaciated. This is what Holmes Douglas had to say. We get animals in poor body condition that are sometimes just skinny, but this animal was definitely emaciated. It's been many years since we've dealt with a large whale. These strandings can be caused by anything. It could be contaminants, weather conditions, natural toxins. We haven't seen any signs of human interaction. This has come in the News Herald story where the sperm whale being washed ashore. And now COVID spreading from humans to animals. The novel coronavirus has hit the human race hard for over 5 months now, but we are not the only species that is suffering. The effects of COVID-19 on animals came to the forefront when cats, dogs, and even tigers tested positive for COVID-19. One can see here in the news, one lion died of the COVID-19 pandemic, and 9 other lions have tested positive for the virus at the Arignar Anna Zoological Park in Vandalur. The zoo authorities on May 26th had said that 5 lions housed in the safari park area were reportedly showing anorexia, that is loss of appetite, and occasional coughing. This is again news from this month on 4th of June. One can see even elephants being victims of this COVID-19 pandemic after the lion's death. 1 lion died of COVID-19 and 9 other lions tested positive, and then about 21 tigers in a zoo in the eastern state of Jharkhand underwent virus tests last week after a 10-year-old tiger with a fever died. And the local media had to report this, that every life form, even literally the coronavirus spreading wildly, even among wildlife. Mink have been discovered to be highly susceptible to the SARS-CoV-2, and this is the 3rd Fraser Valley farm to be hit with COVID-19 outbreak since the start of the pandemic. This is what the news has to say in the Vancouver Sun News, where the local news about Vancouver is saying that it's the 3rd BC mink farm to deal with an outbreak since the start of the pandemic. The ministry says genetic analysis of samples from the first 2 farms showed that the workers and animals were infected with an identical or nearly identical virus strain. The strain detected in those cases had been circulating in people in BC, indicating COVID-19 spread from people to animals and not the other way around, the ministry said in a categorical statement. In early November last year, more than 15 million mink farmed for their fur were culled in Denmark as they had caught COVID-19. So all the way across the Americas, Canada, Europe, Asia's, it's all out there.
Eight Western lowland gorillas have been infected with novel coronavirus disease at San Diego Safari Park. 2 of the gorillas have been coughing since January 6, 2021. The fecal samples confirm that they are suffering from COVID-19. So you can see why restricted to human beings, but it is affecting a wide range of species, any animal species. On 5th of April 2020, a 4-year-old Malayan tiger at New York City Zoo has been infected with COVID-2 second strain. And here we have a number of small pet cats and dogs also being reported to be infected with SARS-CoV strain 2 in several countries, including United States. Most of these pets become sick after contact with people with COVID-19. And not to mention, the world has not accounted the number of deaths, especially in this species. How many other living beings have been dead because of COVID-19? And here in South Africa, a puma, tigers in a Tennessee zoo, they have been tested positive for showing these signs of respiratory illness. And 4 zoo lions in Barcelona, Spain have been found positive for COVID-19 in the last week of December 2020. The risk of virus spreading from animals to human is incredibly rare. It appears, however, the virus can spread from people to animals in some situation, especially during the close contact. So in the cases of all the zoos, and it is mostly transmitted from the staff who are taking care of the animals, and that from them it's been transmitted to these living beings. So the Kailasa's COVID care protection centers, it is just not limited only for human beings. It is limited to it is opened for all the living beings. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has opened the doors of Kailasa not just for people but also for all the living beings. You can see here how blissfully all the living beings are residing in these COVID care protection centers.
One can see here, this is just a few pictures from the COVID care protection centers housing beautiful birds. The Kailasa's Department of Environment and Animals welcomed the first animal members of our COVID protection center who arrived as pets of the first batch of quarantined members. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has welcomed all beings at our campuses always and ensured the provision of sanctuary facilities for the pets and the animals who will be cared for in an extremely non-violent, absolutely non-violent and purely vegetarian lifestyle, even for these life forms. One can see here very pretty pictures of these birds and the life forms enjoying their food and stay at the COVID care center, protection centers of Adi Kailasa. And the residents, the citizens of Adi Kailash also enjoying their blissful presence. The kids of the Nithyananda Gurukul, the students playing and having a fun time with these animals, birds. One can see here like extremely even small life forms like turtles being nourished and given protection for their life, not only from the outside world, but also from their other fellow members in the form of other life forms. And as
actually one of the
yes,
yeah, Ashla Swami, sorry, I just remembered one of the comment made by a participant from Kanchipuram, COVID care, who came here to Adi Kailasa for COVID care protection. She mentioned that the last 1.5 years she's been just within the 4 walls of her apartment. She has not been out in the nature. And as soon as she entered Adi Kailasa, she was so happy and blissful to see so many dogs, cats, monkeys, and birds. That kind of ambience that which she was missing for last 1.5 years. She felt so comfortable and really blissful to watch how living beings also enjoy the sacred space of Adi Kailasa, which is directly blessed and energized by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji.
And one can see here, as many of us would have heard the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism recount to us how Adi Shankara, when he witnessed the sacred space of a frog and a snake coexisting, where the frog was about to deliver its offspring, and the snake found, and it was raining, and the snake raised its hood to protect the frog. The coexistence, the peaceful coexistence of various life forms, including so-called natural enemies. That is when Adi Shankara felt that was a space where he had to establish the Shankara Mat. And similarly, one can see in the pictures over here various so-called natural enemies, be it a cat and a bird like a parrot, sitting and enjoying and practically playing with each other. This is a very common scene which one can see in Adi Kailash because of the extremely non-violent space created by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where every life form exists as literally an obedient servant to Paramashiva himself. One can see here in the news where honeybees, including honeybees, are battling their own pandemic. According to Greenpeace, bees are dying from a variety of factors, including pesticides, drought, habitat destruction, nutrition deficit, air pollution, and climate change. One can see in the news just about a month back, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism reminded us that even some life forms like bees are so sensitive to their environment, and how they behave speaks a lot about the cleanliness and the level of the pollution in that environment. What Bhagavan revealed was, for a bee to survive, 4 things are required. 1, the ground cannot be polluted. In polluted ground, if a flower grows, if the bees drink that honey, it will actually die in a few seconds. First thing, the land has to be pure. Second thing, from that land, the flowers which come up, they have to be pure, means the air has to be pure. Third, water source has to be pure. Only then the honey which comes in that water, in that flower, will be pure, so that bee can drink that honey, flourish, and build a honeycomb. Pollution also seems to have a direct correlation with the survival rates of bees, as we saw. Bees collected from moderate and highly polluted areas died within a day of collection. 80% of bees from these areas died within 24 hours, and all of them died within 1.5 days in the laboratory. So this is the way in which beings like bees are so fundamental for us to realize. If bees can survive, it is a huge statement about the purity of the space, the air, the water, the ground. And needless to say, in Adi Kailasa ecosystem, the presence of bees and the honeycombs, huge honeycombs, is a very common sight, as we will see just in a few minutes. Similarly, sparrows have very sensitive lungs. If the air pollution level in that area is very pure, only then the sparrows will come and live there, survive there. If the sparrows are not living or chirping, that place, air pollution is not conducive for human lungs to breathe. Tons of articles are coming out in the modern day. The chemtrails, chemical trails, are infused to keep human beings dull, sober, sick, and under control. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, way back in March of 2018, said, "You breathe only poisonous air, then what is the use? You live in a place where the sparrows cannot exist. Adinam, everywhere honeycomb, from Nairuti, the banyan tree, near the banyan tree now, especially with the new temple construction, so many, until the Ishanya, that whole diagonal, 1,000-bed dome. This whole diagonal, you can see honeycombs, means the whole area. Water, level, ground, air, all 3 are pure. You can see ducks, all of them, squirrels drinking our kitchen wastage out, the wastage water. From our kitchen, the wastage water comes out. Early morning, you can see they will all be drinking. Cranes, doves, squirrels, all of them drink that water and survive and enjoy. That shows our whole kitchen is running in the organic level, which can be handled even by an animal's intestine. So one can see here an enormous number of sparrows coming and chirping in the wee hours of the morning. And then here you can see right above the 1,000-bed dome, which is part of our multi-layer quarantine, new hives being built in the 1,000-bed dome. Hives of all kinds, ranging from the big to the small, and all kinds of colors and shapes and sizes. If there is a place with a natural honeycomb forming, Paramashiva says that is a blessed ground. Start living there, I reside there. That is the promise of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the living incarnation of Paramashiva. One can see here, Kailasa campuses are micromanaged directly by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to revive this enlightenment ecosystem as defined by Paramashiva that keeps the environment in its best possible health and potential. One can see here, literally in the spaces around the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, you have various life forms coming and enjoying and coming for his blessed touch and the blessed space of Adi Kailasa. So that was one more reason why one should sign up for saving one's life, as Devi Parashakti revealed in the Akashic readings. The only purpose, so to speak, in this year, till the end of this year, is be alive. There is nothing else that can be achieved. There is nothing else that remains to be achieved. All that Devi said was remain alive till the end of this year. Once you pass that year, then a whole new realm, a whole new consciousness opens up. Saving one's physical life from death in this critical period till the end of this year is what every human being should be focusing on. And how is the way to do that? Join the COVID care protection centers in various Kailasas that have been opened up in India today, starting with the Adi Kailasa Sarvanyapeetham. To register now, you can sign up at the link given below. It will take a few minutes to sign up at kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. Kail.
Please go ahead, sorry.
The URL goes kailasa.org/KAIL_SAKRCARE.
Actually, there are a number of participants and viewers who are talking about the air in Adi Kailasa is something really special. Absolutely true. Like anybody who has entered this sacred space, they feel the very air is so different. It is so sacred and blissful. And talking about so many sparrows that Swamiji has fed and all these reminiscences. Thank you, Ma Durgananda, for bringing those memories beautifully across in the YouTube chat. Yes, so anybody, whoever wants to feel protected in this ongoing pandemic time, you are all welcome to register yourself through this COVID Care Protection Center, and please join and show your interest in kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. Yes, with this, would like to go to the next segment where we have participants from the Adi Kailasa who have joined us for this COVID Care Protection Center, who are all here to share their experiences of what made them to come and how is the situation out there in Tamil Nadu and how is their stay so far. So before we go to that segment, let's have a short break.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda everyone, welcome back to the program. So we all had a beautiful segment on how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, out of his deep compassion and love, he has opened the doors of Kailasa, and he has given the most care and the utmost compassion, giving the multi-layered quarantine opportunity to anyone who reaches the Kailasa COVID care centers across India. So today we have the disciples and devotees of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism who have reached the Adi Kailasa Sarvagnapeetham and quarantined themselves and enjoying the ecosystem and ambience in the Adi Kailasa Sarvagnapeetham. So let us listen to them. Yes, Nithyananda. So today we have Ma Akshaya Krishnagata and Karthik from joining us from Adi Kailasa Sarvagnapeetham. So they have been in the multi-layered quarantine, enjoying the ambience and ecosystem in the Adi Kailasa. So let us now listen to them. Nithyananda Ma.
Nithyananda.
So welcome to the show. So how is the whole experience of reaching Adi Kailasa and having the best protection of multi-layered quarantine in Bidadi? Yes, please go ahead.
First of all, I have to thank to Swamiji and Sangha for giving so many help and protection for us. Here it is very big situation is going in outside because of the corona and this huge pandemic. So no one is safe in outside. But Swamiji is giving very compassionately giving this opportunity for us to save our life in this, especially in Adi Kailasa. We are literally enjoying and not even heard about the word of corona here. We are literally enjoying the place and space of Kailasa, Adi Kailasa, and especially we are aligned with the routine. We are early morning. We are get upping and do yoga, and 6 o'clock sharply we are sitting for puja, and the routine is going well and literally enjoying the place.
We are spiritually involving ourselves. We are getting spiritually matured. Our soul is getting spiritually matured. If we are outside at this time, we would have been lazy and dumb, like do not doing anything or following Swamiji's words, because there is no way of like going outside or any sort of work or something. But here we are totally enjoying and getting spiritually grown up at literally Swamiji's place.
The right Vadavarna happened here.
Amazing. So what was your experience when you stayed outside before reaching Adi Kailasa? And how is this multi-layered quarantine protection given to you in Bidadi, in Adi Kailasa right now when you're experiencing and enjoying that? So what is the difference you are seeing in the protection?
Yes. Outside, mainly the main thing is we could not even breathe. We could not even inhale and fresh air. We were totally inside our house, that particularly in a room, and we were not going outside or we were not doing anything in our home. We were just sitting as it is and just sleeping and doing things. But here we are totally free and we are just living, getting aligned with the nature, and we are totally enjoying the space at Adi Kailasa. And that's what, as Karthikeya said, we do not have even the fear of the word corona. But if we are outside, we would literally like every minute and every second, we will have the fear that there is some pandemic that is going on outside. We could not step out of our house for any purpose, even for one meal, we will be suffering so much. Somehow, like one of our family members has to go outside and they have to get the things. And of course, it is a very, like the situation will be very hard. But here we are totally enjoying things and we are literally multi-layered. Like for 15 days we were in quarantine. And now we are just living the space. Yes. And we are just enjoying the space outside. We are doing gardening, and main thing is we are not wearing mask because outside we could not inhale a fresh air. We will be wearing the mask all the time. And if we are wearing the mask, we could not even breathe freely. It will be like so suffocated inside. But here we are really free and we are
And outside, if you are meeting some new person, we are not seeing that person. We are thinking that, hey, Corona is coming near.
You could have that space here.
So that here we are seeing everyone is a Sivagana and enjoying others. Really the Sangha people are really taking care. It cannot be imagined. So too many of caring here. So cannot express in words that Swamiji giving that experience.
Yes, amazing. So there were so many obstacles, like when you, as you said, there is only single layer quarantine and home quarantine, which is not much safer to travel around. Even if you are at home, you are at the highest risk of getting the COVID-19 pandemic affecting you. But what made you exactly take this decision to come and reach Adi Kailasa and have this multi-layered quarantine protection for this COVID-19 especially?
Actually, my father-in-law and message Swamiji in that YouTube that Swamiji is kidding and giving command like Odia, come on.
We don't have much time. We come as early as possible. So we just took the decision in a day, within a few hours, and we didn't even think of we should go later or in a few days we will be going to Adi Kailasa. We just took a decision immediately that we should be there in Adi Kailasa, and we just packed everything and came. It was like
actually in Tamil Nadu that time was full lockdown on Sunday, every Sunday. Swamiji given that command on Saturday morning. After that morning, see if the government is releasing that lockdown, they have to announce one day before, right? But in that Saturday, after Swamiji's command, immediately afternoon only that government is announcing that today, that Saturday and Sunday is removing all the lockdown and people can move. People can freely travel. So after that from Monday onwards, they are fully locked down. So that announcement has came in the news. So immediately we took action and went for the corona test and get that negative test report on the Sunday afternoon. And we started at 4 o'clock on Sunday, and we reached here at 12 o'clock midnight.
So it was a sudden decision, immediate decision that we should not drag Swamiji's words. We just took a decision and just came.
The moment we took that decision, we have to move. Immediately in the news, they are announcing that tomorrow is free from that.
People can travel from anywhere to anywhere. There is no restriction or no lockdowns. So it was like, then they can say yes to Swamiji, and he just cleared all our obstacles, and we just came.
And one more miracle happened during that Karnataka border, that enter. Actually, my brother went there. The officer is asking so many questions from other peoples, but my brother told that we are going to Nithyananda Swami Ashram for doing service for COVID-19. They said immediately they approved for us, and we just move from there. But others are not allowed. The people front of my brother and back of my brother, they are not allowed. But my brother got permission and immediately he moved from there.
Exactly. So if you see, when you take a decision to make Guru work happen, so how Swamiji says, I just rush towards you thousandfold, manyfold times before even you just put one step. So you just need to just decide. So as you see, like a lot of viewers are watching this program. So what would you want to tell the viewers about the importance of reaching Adi Kailasa and to take this multi-layered quarantine as a definitive protection for your life itself? So what would you want to share with the viewers?
See, apart from the corona, we have right Vadavarana here. Apart from corona, we have right Vadavarana. This 6 month, this time duration, we have to build our yogic body, Vedic mind. See, the Bhagavad Gita class is going on there. So it is not possible for us if we are in our home, it is not possible. We are not sitting, we don't have time. If we have time, we are, because of the laziness or tiredness, we are not spending mind for learning this kind of things. But here we have so much of time. not doing anything other than the, spiritual routine. So we are in the right Vadavarna. Because of that Vadavarna, we are automatically involved in that learning that Samaskrita and chanting Bhagavad Gita and involving in puja, learning puja and doing yoga, everything. So
the main thing is, like Swamiji said, this year we should be alive first. Only if you are alive, then we can do anything. Like if I am like asking some people to come here, like devotees itself, we are asking, they're saying they have their job or any sort of reasons. But the first thing, as Swamiji said, we should be alive. Only if we are alive, we can do anything. Like whatever we need, if like they are saying that they're taking care of their grandparents or the elderly people. So these are the sorts of reasons they are having. But the main thing is, only if they are alive, they can even take care of their parents or grandparents. So that one reason itself is enough for mainly coming to Adi Kailasa. So if you are outside, there is of course 100% risk of getting corona, because the situation is like that. People are just going here and there, and we are getting to interact with the outside people, the vendors, the people in the shops. Some or the other way, we just do that. And people do not quarantine themselves in their house because there is no proper place for them to do their multi-layer quarantine. But here in Swamiji's ashram, we are just multi-layer quarantining ourselves, and even with we are just like fully protected. 100% we are just getting protected, and we are not even, that's what, we do not even have the fear of the word corona. We're just living freely. And main thing is that we should be alive. As Swamiji said, the death should not be so cheaper that we should die in a disease. It should be as an enlightened royal thing. So for that reason itself, for just being alive, we can just come to Adi Kailasa immediately. That is the only thing I just wanted to share.
Exactly. So when I see both of you like smiling and having a bubbly face, so when the whole world in this COVID pandemic is actually literally afraid to even open the windows to breathe fresh air, like how Swamiji has created a beautiful ambience where we literally even forget, when Kartikaya was sharing, we literally even forget about keeping ourselves alive. Instead, we think about yogic body, Vedic mind, and how to expand our consciousness. That is the compassion and love of the Supreme Portal of Hinduism, where we literally forget what is happening in the outside world, and we have been completely protected by Paramashiva and Parashakti. Yes. So what do you want to share more with the viewers about what are the various levels of protection you're receiving, like in terms of Ayurvedic Kashayams, in terms of COVID protection care which is given to you, and the organic food that is given to you? So can you elaborate more on that?
Yes, we are having a Siddha doctor near with us. So he is doing lots of that kashayams and all herbal teas every day morning after yoga. In between that puja, he making that 11 types of herbals. It is nearby. It is not even we are purchasing from outside. In our own campus, everything is growing. So he go and he went and collect everything. 11 items he collected and make tea, herbal tea, and give all of us. We are taking every day that herbal teas and that kasayam and stream. Yeah, that we are taking that stream every day. And
wow. So yes, ma'am.
11 items in one meal. We are just having 11 varieties of items. Organic, everything is organic, and everything is being sanitized and then given to us. And we are like literally enjoying here. Accommodation, everything, like we are being in.
We have more than comfortable compared to my home. We are having more comfortable compared to my home. Here we are very comfortable stay.
Wow, amazing. So thank you so much, Akshaya and Kartikeya, for coming and sharing your experiences of how you're enjoying the experience in Adi Kailasa Sarvanya. Yes. So with that, so thank you everyone. So we just had a beautiful sharing from our devotees from Chennai. So how literally when the whole world is facing death in lakhs every day, you forget about that, and you're just protected in the multi-layered level and you're given the utmost care with immune boosters, with all the protective aids, and even if you have any milder symptoms, you have the best medical care that is offered with organic food, and literally just you sleeping on the lap of Parashakti and enjoying her presence in Adi Kailasa. So with that, we come to the end of this segment, and we'll be moving on to the next segment of power manifestation. So let us gather back for the next segment of power manifestation. So thank you everyone. Nithyanandam.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes. I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes.